So if I'm perfectly being honest about Poland's Euro 2024 campaign, so far it has been nothing but an epic failure. And it's sad because prior to the tournament, I had that big level of optimism like any other footballing fan does. Because if you think about it on paper, we have the talent, Lewandowski, Milik, Zielinski. So we should be able to actually do something with talent like that. But the thing is, injuries have gotten in the way of Poland. And, I just don't understand how come this Poland team can never catch a break. Because looking back at Euro 2016, 8 years ago, I still remember our run and our team back then. We had the desire and we had the motivation to compete under Adam Nawałka. And I'm just trying to figure out what happened to that squad that had so much motivation under Adam Nawałka, because Nawałka was a decent manager for Poland, but it's just after our failure at the 2018 World Cup and all that, that's really what marked the end of his reign as manager. But prior to that, Nawałka, I always thought was a solid manager for Poland, especially at Euro 2016 when Poland, we absolutely just had a really good squad back then. And that's personally the best Poland team I've ever seen, when I was 19 years old back then. Now I'm 27. And when I was 19, just being able to watch that Poland team was absolutely incredible. Just the talent was there, the passion was there. We just had a completely different team that was motivated, that looked like we could accomplish anything. But now with Poland, looking them at now, it seems like that whenever we play against good teams, we just crumble and fold. And that's unfortunately the reality of watching Poland play football in 2024. Is we might do good against, other teams, but when it comes to us competing against the actual elite teams, that's where Poland really crumbles at, as a footballing team. That's where we really fail to make an impact. And if we want to start being able to even qualify for tournaments, then we will need to start learning how to actually compete against the likes of really good footballing nations. Because if we don't learn how to compete against all the other good footballing nations, then we are just going to continue to be a mediocre team unless we actually get a true leader here on this team. Because obviously Lewandowski getting up there in age, and we need somebody that can actually motivate the players, that can pump up the players, that can actually, figure out how to get wins. Because, that's really the biggest thing Poland is missing right now, is just that solid leadership. Because I look back at Euro 2016, we had solid leadership back then. Our squad was great. I mean, we had the talent of Pazdan. If you remember him, he was absolutely just a baller at Euro 2016, arguably one of our best performing defenders besides Glick and all that. And now just to try to replace the talent of those players seems like it has been impossible for Poland in recent years. And that's the thing, because, I always thought we could compete as a footballing nation, but now it just seems like that our squad, we only show up when we really want to show up. And that's really the thing that I don't get about this Poland team, is because, even with Lewandowski being injured, we should have used that as motivation to actually perform as a team, but we failed to do that. And it just highlights the really poor depth we have in this squad. Because if we want to get to results, we're going to need to have talent and depth. And that's what I feel like Poland are really missing right now outside of Lewandowski, Milik, and Szczesny. Just talent. And, it's really talent that wins you games, because, with talent, you can accomplish anything. And with Poland right now, outside of Lewandowski, we don't really have a whole lot of talent. And this is where we really need to improve as a football federation, where the Polish Football Federation really needs to start improving in terms of being able to scout for players that can attract the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, players that can attract the likes of the big European clubs. Because personally, that's really the only way how I think Poland will ever be able to produce consistent results as a footballing nation, is unless we just are able to find players that are going to attract the likes of those clubs. So then, our squad can build around those players. Because now I look at the way how we play football now, and just it seems like, again, same old things. We can't defend, we can't hold on to the football. Every time we get the football, we just, kick the ball out of bounds and just go play defensive for a draw. And I don't know what kind of performance that was from Poland, but it seemed like today we were just trying to play for a draw, and it failed epically for Poland, because Austria in the second half just completely tore up our defense. And, this is what happens when you only play for a draw. And that's really, I want to say, the thing I don't understand about watching Poland play football is whenever it seems like we only want to play for a draw when we should be playing to win the game, okay? And it's just our approach to football is just terrible. And this is why we are now sitting at the bottom of the group with no points, not even 1 point, just because we have completely failed Lewandowski at the Euros. Well, obviously, I'm not going to say we failed him because obviously he was dealing with injuries and our team just having to deal with these injuries sucked and all that. And, I really don't know what else I'm supposed to say about Poland's performance. I don't see us winning against France at all, I would not be surprised if France beats us 7-0, just because this Poland team, we really just have completely forgotten how to play football, Yeah, we scored 2 goals, but our defense right now is just a total mess. Just 5 goals conceded in 2 games like that is absolutely unacceptable. And we need to start learning how to create chances more, because it's like, when will we reach our, when will we have another Polish golden generation that we did from 1974 to 1982, under Grzegorz Lato, under Dejna, under Szarmach, all those legendary players, Boniek. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, when will we be able to witness another Polish golden generation? Because, after Euro 2016, I thought there was going to be another Polish golden generation on the horizon with Lewandowski, Błaszczykowski, Milik, Grosicki. I really thought that was going to be another golden generation that was going to produce, be able to produce consistent results at tournaments, but